Strawway champion. Straight right hand. Down goes Teresa Segala. This is a barrage of punches from Taylor Starling. This is an onslaught. Big shots. Tony Cochran. More big shots to the inside. Game, set, match, Josh. Get from Albrecht. Knockdown number 2. Ooh, he's out. Right hand. 1 punch. Knockout win. An American flag trunks for Josh Burns. And we might be done. Josh Watson has scored the victory of his life. Big left hand and flat on his back goes Daniel Gary.
Yet again, I didn't hear it. I don't know if you did it. I'm going to abuse him a little bit today. Did you give me a countdown? Did you? Yeah. Hey, now it's coming. That's all right. I knew it was coming. I was just messing with Brandon. We love Brandon. Welcome back to the show. It is the Bare Knuckle Show live from Satellite 5. It is fight week. We're headed to Sturgis. You see me dancing back there in front of the bikers. And we're going to get to that in a minute because some people here that we work with never knew what that was or don't. They said, is that Saturday Night Fever? They're being serious. Anyway. Today, on the show, haven't had enough Savage Sip yet. Sam Shewmaker making his return, man. We're excited. This Saturday, I guess another guy making his return, Josh Burns. He's back. We're going to find out what he's been up to and where his mind's at heading into this fight. Can't wait to catch you with Sam. Definitely an OG in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Speaking of OGs, she calls herself a pioneer, and I understand why she is. Britain Hart, world champion, taking on Taylor Starling, main event for the strawweight world title. That's in Sturgis as well. Britain's going to check in today, too, and then we're going to find some stuff out about her as well. Also, I like to take this time, there's so much more going to happen, but I like to check in with the guys. There's only one guy here. I don't know where the other guy's at. MIA. We'll figure that out. But you're one of the guys. You're one of the guys. You and I'll mention the other one, Dave Jr., didn't know what this graphic was about. Do you really not know? Let's see if the chat knows. If you know what this graphic, why we use this graphic today.
Well, that's Pee Wee Herman.
Okay, you know that. So good. But he didn't. It took him a minute to guess that. He's like, why are you using it?
I don't know what scene or what. I don't really know the
That's
movies.
sacrilegious that you know what scene. Okay, but it's you're so young. It's Pee-wee's Big Adventure, a great movie. You tell me to watch Planet of the Apes and stuff like that. I'm telling you to watch
Planet of the Apes is the shit.
I know you love it.
What are you talking about,
You
man?
turned me on to Tires, too. That's a good show. We talked
Tires
about that
on
before.
Netflix,
Yeah,
yeah,
chatted with
good
the
show.
Philly guy, Shane Gillis. But, you got to watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure, man. It's great. That's the biker scene in the bar where he does the tequila. God, I'm getting old. All right. Anyway, that's why we did it. I couldn't believe that these youngins didn't know. So I'm glad at least you knew what it was from. Not Saturday. Can you believe he said Saturday Night Fever? What was he thinking?
Who said that?
The man who shall not be mentioned. I just mentioned. I don't care. It was Junior. I couldn't believe him.
Fever.
I'm sad about him saying that. All right. So all this stuff to get into today, but we are headed to the Sturgis. We're excited about that. From the movie Tequila, you've drank tequila, I'm sure, before knowing you, Brandon. Have you ever had the worm at the end of the bottle?
Actually, I've probably only had tequila once in my life.
Really?
And it was just a shot of it. So
Okay, so no worm for you.
No,
no
wasn't.
No tequila worm, at least.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, and then, what about motorcycle? We're headed to Sturgis. You ever ride a motorcycle? Ever?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
When I was, I don't have one now. But when I was a kid, I grew up in the woods, so like it was just like dirt bikes, quads, shit like that.
That's awesome.
Never rode like a street bike. I've never gotten on one of those, but like dirt
Harley?
bikes.
You never rode like a Harley? No, like a big hog between your legs?
Nope.
Well, maybe this weekend you'll be able to have a hog between your legs. That would be fun. We'll go hog wild. It'll be nuts. I've never ridden a motorcycle. I always wanted to ride in a sidecar with the goggles on. I'm going to try to do that. Looking forward to that. And then, look, we'll be there together in Sturgis amongst the biggest show we've ever seen attendance-wise. They're expecting at least 20,000 people. It's going to be rocking. It's going to be nuts. But before we get into our guests and everything, we have to get into what you have to say. That's why we like to check in with you. And this is a segment we call...
It's time for Mail Call.
Look at that. You're on point. I love this guy. All right, a lot of stuff in today, as always, before we get to Sam Shewmaker first coming up here. This guy, he's Randy from Fort Lauderdale. I love this guy. He writes in, he always wants the girl content, the women content. He always talks about it. And I've been calling him perverse every week. So now he signed his email as, it says Randy the pervert. He's embraced the name in Fort Lauderdale. He said that his favorite face-off of all time in BKFC thus far was Emery and Segala. And there's some pictures he sent into this. He took pictures of his TV screen. Okay, I understand why Randy the pervert would like this. Then he mentioned about this. He said this is the most epic face-off of all time, and it's not because they're looking in the eyes. And he said, is Ty looking down? Zoom in on Ty's face. Is she looking down like toward Taylor? Or excuse me, toward she looks like she's maybe she's looking down because she's shorter. Randy the pervert wants to say that she's actually looking down at Charissa Segala's, I mean, Teresa's shorter than her. So yeah, that's what I thought. Well, in Randy's mind here in the email, he asked us to analyze Randy, this. You can imagine whatever you want, bud. Go for it. It's not only it's Randy fans. Yeah, do what you want, Randy. There you go. But thank you for sending those in. I'd like to see where this guy lives in his house, like what he's like. I hope we meet you at a show, Randy. Randy the pervert. Then we have Jungle Jim Steel fan. Oh, that's a wrestling reference somebody sent. He must know I like wrestling. Jungle Jim Steel fan sent this in. He calls it, it's a punching bag video. We love these. Let's see what he has. I love that guy. Dude, I always think I find my favorite punch video. That guy was, I was like, okay, this is cool. He's just kind of weird. And he smashes his head. Thank you for that, Jungle Jim Steel fan, which leads us to another punching video that was sent in by was sent in by somebody else, the Weekly Bust, but it's King Kai. I know he's in the chat. I didn't shout him out yet. Before we get to that, I just want to say, look who signs on early. Before we play this, I want to shout out Little Ben, King Kai, Rocker Line, Swervo Cuts, Quailman, Anthony Yost, another fighter of ours, Ambidexters, Kyle Mish, Dylan. They're all here early. I see Anthony just joined in. Dora's here. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Wesley Kill Eagle. Make sure you hit the like button. Paul Pickett Podcast is here. You're all here, and I appreciate that. And I know, Kai, you're here, and the Weekly Bust is usually here too. So let's show the video of Kai Stewart hitting the bag.
Brian Durant's chin, that was the same punch that cut his chin.
Oof. So Kai's still keeping it up, man. He's going on. Is that the same? They got Brian Durant's chin. Yeah, cool. Well, the power, Brian Durant's chin, and you're moving on to what you have next, Kai, and we're looking forward to seeing that. Whether it be Jimmy Rivera, whoever it is, I'm looking forward to seeing. I know you're in the chat, Kai, and I was looking, when you started talking about El Gallo, I'll communicate with him to see how his shoulder's doing. It looks like he's doing a lot better. If you missed this online, El Gallo looks to be back at very light training already. Let's watch. Brian Durant. I mean, look, not doing much, but you can tell he's hungry and he just doesn't want to stop. It says he doesn't want to stay still. So I'm glad to see Brian's doing a little bit better. We're going to keep you updated on that shoulder, how it's doing. But that made me think of Brian when you called him out and said his name. There you go. Young Merck's here, too. He says, Merck's season, love Brian back in December at the Hard Rock. Comeback is personal. This September, you mean. I think the Hard Rock's in this September. All right, so let's see what else we have here. What else was... Oh, Sway sent this our way. A guy named Sway. He says, Perry, I guess he means Mike, Perry is a bitch who is running from the redneck and will continue to do so. And now BKFC is putting King Mo on the chopping block. Redneck's going to destroy him. No doubt about it. Get your bets in now. That's BKFC 66 he's referring to, September 13th. That's in Hollywood, Florida at the Hard Rock. Get those tickets, man. But I guess he sent this video. He said, Redneck is ready. This is Redneck Training with Jihad at Shift. No doubt about it, man. The Redneck is ready. He stays ready. That's why he's champion. Him and King Mo, I'm looking forward to that. I see somebody calling him King Schmo. Okay, I like that. King No. I see another person saying that. This is interesting. We'll see what happens. I'm excited to see King Mo, and I'm excited to see Redneck and see what Redneck's going to do. I mean, he's been chirping for a while now. Like I said, he's champ for a reason. I like to see him fight, so it'll be great. Let's see. Okay, well, Merck season, young Merck saying back again, Marcus Suarez, that he opted out for September 13th. He might be back in December if they're running a show then. He's looking forward to that. So that's keeping in the Hollywood, Florida realm here. KCMS Records sent this in. It's not really BKFC, but he thought we'd like to watch this. It's Disaster on a Diving Board. Let's watch. Oh, my God. Dude, I didn't watch. He's just hanging there.
I didn't watch this before you sent it either. That is...
You've seen this before? Or
no.
Oh, my God. Look at the guy in the back, Brandon. Hold on. Watch it again. Look at that dude in the back who's waiting to go up. Doesn't even try to help him. Just oh my God! Then he covers his eyes.
Yeah, I know, right? Why isn't he like running over to help him, dude?
Oh my God, that's terrible. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just can't believe how bad I'm laughing, but it's horrible. You didn't see that either. That was oh my God, no preview. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. So speaking of that, I'll move on from that because that was great video. We love seeing people get hurt as long as it's not us. We like to laugh, and I hope that man's okay. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like some of these people love watching us. Sending us videos of people getting hurt so we can watch them. You feel bad laughing, but oh my God, that was horrible. Okay, so let's go into the cannonball contest. We talked about this last week. I think it was last week about David Feldman versus Conor McGregor in a cannonball contest. Well, we didn't get the cannonball contest, but I did put the vote out, and every one of you almost, I'd say it was probably like 70, 80% of you guys saying that Conor would win a cannonball contest. You can watch the vlog of Dave Feldman, Conor, and everything else in Spain. It's up at bkfc.com on the app. Definitely grab it. It's a great watch, and check out kind of what goes through Dave's mind. It's a very wholesome, nice piece. But yeah, no cannonball contest, but you did say Conor would win. But in that realm, Josh Watson, who's fighting in Sturgis, he hit me up and he's like, I'll beat anybody in a cannonball contest. I said, okay, well, send a video in. So he's planning on sending a cannonball video. And I guess in Sturgis, at the hotel pool, don't get hurt. The fight's more important. But if anybody else wants to send videos of them doing a cannonball, and we'll play them. We'll see who has the biggest cannonball splash. We'll do that throughout the rest of the summer, and we'll have a reigning champion. Send them on in. We like to see it. I know that Kai Stewart's also going to be in Sturgis. He's saying that in the chat. I've heard that Big Ben Rothwell's going to be in Sturgis. It's going to be a star-packed, star-studded event. We're looking forward to it. Moving on from the cannonballs, let's see. Oh, here's one. My pen name is William. That's who sent this in. Last week, you guys were talking about Conor Tierney's gains and about how great he looked and how masterful the recreation of his body is. You spoke of his abs as well. This pic, I don't know if we talked about it like that. We just said he looks a lot better. This guy's making something. We just kind of like gushed over him. This pic that he shared recently puts it in a whole new perspective. Oh my gosh. Wow. That dude, he's like ripped, chiseled, and jacked. Look at him. He looks great. Conor Tierney, man, getting ready for his big fight coming up. BKFC.com for that, and we'll keep you updated on that. That's going to be August 10th. That's in Coventry. Grab the app and grab your tickets. Just get involved. But yeah, he's definitely looking great. But my pen name is William. I do think, Brandon, before we get to Sam Shewmaker in a second, I do think the way that was written about how great he looked, now masterful the recreation of his body was. You spoke of his abs as well. It's kind of written weird. But thank you for sending that in. We'll get to the rest of the mailbag in a little bit. I don't want to keep Sam Shewmaker waiting while we have him here, so I'll put that aside. If you didn't hear your thing from the mailbag, we may get to it in a couple minutes. But let's talk to our buddy Sam Shewmaker, the Hillbilly Hammer. There he is, the OG. How are you, Sam?
What's up, Brian? I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm jacked up on Savage Ship coffee, 2 times the caffeine, so you know I'm doing good. It's good to see you, man. Always good to see Sam Shewmaker back on the card. I referred to you as one of the OGs. You've been here forever, since like the beginning. You broke the punch machine. I talk about that every time we say your name. But you're back. It's been a while since we've seen you, man. First of all, I just want to say you're one of the first guys I ever met in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship when I came on, and one of the nicest, too. Before we get to your fight with Josh Burns, we'll talk about that. I want to reminisce with you for a minute. Do you remember when we first met and when BKFC was new? We're still, trying to find our way at that point, find out what we're going to do. And I met you, and we had you out doing all this character development stuff. And you didn't say no to anything, man. You were great. I think we have video of it. I don't think we have it here. We'll have to look at it another time. But we had you you're out cracking rocks with sledgehammers in your bare hands and stuff. You have like the American flag on, running around town through your high school or whatever you're doing. You didn't say no to anything. You were easy to work with and you embraced it. And I feel like, I could be wrong, was that because A, you knew it would work, but also B, I feel like you're a patriotic guy. You enjoyed wearing the colors and stuff like that around.
Oh, 100%. Most of the stuff that you guys asked, me to do, it was right up my alley, and a lot of the stuff that I like to do anyways. So we were on board with all of it, and just very proud to be able to wear the red, white, and blue around and show our patriotism and and the love for the organization. We've really enjoyed being a part of the history and the growing of the sport. So it's great.
Yeah, we enjoy you being part of it too. And you're catching hell here in the chat. They're all yelling at you. They're upset with you, Sam, even though they love you. They say they love you, but they're upset with you. They're saying that, and this is people that we're based out of Philadelphia, that see your hat, the Kansas City, and they think that should be taken off and replaced with an Eagles hat or an American flag hat. They said, how dare him? Sam is very nice, but the Chiefs hat hurts, man. Somebody wrote. They're writing, go Birds, Eagles. So that's the football fans in Philly for you, Sam. They're here. They're getting upset with you. But I know you're a company guy, and they know you are too, so that's why they love you down deep, and they know how excited they are to see you back. I mean, this is really cool. What have you been doing since we saw you last? We haven't seen you. Now here you are, co-main eventing the most attended card it's going to be of all time. 20,000 or more people going to be there.
We've just been working silently behind the scenes, waiting on our opportunity to get back, especially this fight with Josh. We've been really wanting it for, since the last fight, and I've been talking to Dave and Nate and just trying to make it happen. There's been a few speed bumps in the road, but here we are. We've got it going, and they were able to bless me with this opportunity to redeem myself with this fight and get in there with Josh and really mix it up in front of a great crowd in Sturgis. It's going to be a historic event, and we plan on putting on, I can speak for Josh too, I'm sure, the fight of the night. So yeah, it's so exciting.
Yeah, Josh was on last week. We spoke with him, and he had mentioned that too. He's excited for the fight. Sounds like the same reason you were, because he was saying that he was in a different place mentally at the time, physically. Everything. He looks good as well. I'm being honest with you. You've probably seen him. And you look great too, dude. So this is going to be a great co-main event. Two guys that were kind of part of foundationally, you before him, in building a BKFC. And we're excited about it. But he said that it's a different mindset for him. And he mentioned, he kind of spoke for you, and I want you to speak for you. I don't think he meant to do it disrespectfully, but he said that you're in a different place now too. And you may have been in a different place back then. You were dealing with a lot of stuff. If you want to talk about what you were dealing with or what's going on, maybe what was in your head at that time, what did he mean by that?
Well, I know Josh knows the story and what was going on at the time. Prior to the Burns fight, I had the title fight with Beltran, and during all of the training camp for that and things going on, my wife was having some health issues. We didn't know for sure what it was. We had an idea, but we didn't know. We didn't have test results, weren't back yet. But once the Beltran fight was over, we ended up finding out that my wife had cancer. So she started treatments right before the Burns fight, and we were kind of going through all that. It was definitely a dark time. Praise God, right now she's in remission, doing well, healthy. Things are good. So as far as that goes, that's really what Josh was talking about. Okay. And it definitely messed with me mentally.
How could it not? How could it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, the woman you love, your support system, the mother of your children, you're dealing with all that. God bless you and your family. I'm really happy to hear that she's in remission. That made my day. But that's a lot to have on your plate. Now you're heading, it's not just a fight, it's a bare knuckle fight against Josh Burns. That's a lot. Yeah. So it sounds like Josh knows that he may not have had the best Sam Shewmaker at that point. Now he knows, and he sounds like you're going to get the best Josh Burns too. You guys are on, it's only a couple of years later, and you're on completely different mindsets than you were. I think it's going to be interesting to see that. So would you say that's kind of what happened in the last fight with Josh Burns? If I was to ask you like that, what happened? Was it just that plus other things? Was it just that? Was your mental game not there? What happened?
I mean, Josh Burns was the better fighter that night. He come out, he had a game plan, and he caught me early and got me, and in the heavyweight division, sometimes that's all it takes. One shot, perfectly placed on the chin, and that's all it took. And I was down for the 10 count. So, I think Josh was a better fighter that night, and that's just how it ended up. And then, my hat's off to Josh. Congratulations on that. But now he's going to have to really earn the second one. So
I think he's aware of that too. I think he's very aware of that, and he's ready to go. Like I said, he's from last week's interview. He couldn't be more ready, and he's same thing, ready to put on a show. Now he's saying that you're clearly the better boxer. He thinks if it comes down to that, but he's more of a brawler. I know you've done both. What do you think you're going to have to pull out in this fight? A little bit of each, a little bit of stuff. We haven't seen you in so long. What's changed? Tell us all that. I'm excited. I don't know what's going to happen.
Really, no one's going to know until, fight night.
Yeah.
Have a game plan going in, and it could go out the window in the first 5 seconds. But I think you're going to see a little bit of both. I think you're going to see some brawling for me and Josh both, and you're going to see some boxing for me as well. And we'll just see how the fight goes, and we'll see what I'm gonna have to pull out of my hat to make things happen. But we plan on definitely bloodying Josh up and hopefully knocking him out and stopping him in a highlight reel fashion.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen your highlight reel flash before. Are you still gonna be wearing the red, white, and blue? Is my question. You still gonna be wearing the same? We're watching some stuff beating on Bobo O'Bannon, but are you still gonna be wearing the red, white, and blue? I hope.
Oh, I am.
Good. I love that. And you're all man. You're wearing red, white, and blue. You're cracking rocks with your hands. You're a great father. You were there for your wife through everything. You are a man, a bare knuckle fighter. I mean, more of a man than I'll ever be. So you wear the red, white, and blue out there. Patriotism is very important to you. Let's speak on that. Here, we're showing some. Oh, I love that you found that, Brandon. We're showing him cracking rocks. This is from BKFC 18. Wow, look at Sam. Boom, boom. So that's my point. You're a man, and you're very patriotic. In recent, get political as you want, but like in recent times, I feel like men aren't as much men anymore. What would you say about that?
This is very true. Easy times creates weak men, and that's definitely what we have going on right now. Times are easy on some people as far as, no one's wanting to work. People are spoiled, and the world's getting soft on us. And I think every generation says that. I know my dad's generation said that, and his dad's said that, and when I was younger, I didn't believe it. But now that I'm older and I'm watching the new generation come up, I mean, I see it. I see it just like they did. And that's kind of part of what's going on. And I don't know if we'll ever get back the way it once was, but I sure hope and pray that we can, and that, we can be raising good, strong, loyal, patriotic men in this country and to continue to be the greatest country in the world. So the only time is going to tell, and the people stepping up and, doing their rightful duties is what's going to make it happen. So
I agree. The key to that, though, I have 2 kids myself. We've spoken about this. I know you have some, I think all sons, right? 3 sons?
Yeah, 3 boys.
So I think the key to it is it starts at home, where you're raising your children the way that you think they should be raised, into the men they should be. And then hopefully, if enough of us do that, it kind of it transfers over, and then we see the next generation. There's kids now that I'm talking to that are in high school that are completely different than the kids were 4 or 5 years ago. Some of my friends' kids, it blows my mind. So we're going to see what happens. Very interesting time here, but I do know what's happening this Saturday. We're excited. Sturgis is going to be packed. You ride bikes, man? You got a motorcycle?
I do not have a motorcycle. One day I might get one. That's for sure. I like to ride, but I think I like to ride a little too fast. And the area I live in is overpopulated white-tailed deer. So I wouldn't be so much worried about my driving, but the other obstacles that are out there that could get in my way, that would stop me.
Yeah, I understand that. You're talking about white-tailed deer right behind your head. It looks like you have antlers. Is that one of your kills back there?
That is one I got a couple years ago. Yep.
Wow, look at that. So you hunt for all your own meat. You are a man. You do everything manly. And so how many of them do you have? Do you like just mount them all around your house? You probably have them everywhere, right?
I got a couple good ones. They got to be a certain size before I mount them. But yeah, I got a couple good ones. And then my boys have some too. So we're definitely plenty of death here at the house.
I had a friend in college when we go out to bars. He'd say they had to be a certain size before he'd mount them too. It was a weird thing he was into. So let's look on more about this. So you like hunting. You like riding motorcycles. You're all man. You're going to be in Sturgis, this biker-filled rally, 20,000 or more people watching this fight. And I know I've known you for years, but this is probably the biggest fight you've ever had as far as attendance wise. Does any of that, I always like to check, play on your mind? Like, are you jazzed up, too jazzed up? You need to calm yourself, or you're just walking in like every other fight because you're a pro?
We're going to try to not let it affect us at all. The game plan is to go in there and take care of business like normal. But yeah, it's got to affect you a little bit. Hopefully in a good way. Hopefully it's more electric and it's just amps you up and get you going and ready to put on a good show. So we're going to see what happens, and hopefully we can really get this crowd pumped up and give them something to watch.
Yeah, but the discipline there, I would imagine, because I've never been in a fight like this, the discipline, I would think, to stick with your game plan as you have 20-some or 30-some thousand bikers going nuts, because a lot of them have never seen this probably before. They're going to love it. And they're kind of, I know you're a pro, but for me, mentally, if you're hearing them, they kind of goad you into the fight. Then you're concentrating on what Josh is doing, trying to keep your game plan. Maybe he's goading you into the fight, what you don't want. That's got to be hard, man, to kind of pull yourself out of the adrenaline state, right?
Oh, 100%, 100%. It's not going to be an easy deal either way. The crowd could make it better or could make it worse. Who knows? I know it's going to be loud. It's going to be hard to hear the coaches as they're yelling at you, telling you, hey, do this, hey, do that, So we're going to have to go in there and try to stay disciplined, like you said, and stick to the game plan. But hell, who knows? This is a bare knuckle fight.
Yeah, no, never know. You just know it's gonna be great. It could be a slobber knocker.
Yeah, right.
Well, we're excited for it. You and Josh Burns, two guys, like I said, you before him, but started to help build the foundation of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Two heavyweights with bad intentions. We can't wait to see you guys in the co-main event. Congratulations to getting the co-main event. You guys deserve it on a big show, and thank you for helping build Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. I'm going to ask you, I shouldn't. This is probably very disrespectful, but I haven't seen you in a while. Is your punch power still there like it was before?
You know what? I still hit pretty hard for an old guy, so we're gonna see. In June, and they say power even stays with you. That's one of the last things that leave you. So I feel like my power's still there. We just got to get it there. We got to get it to where it needs to go. So
yeah, your power's crazy.
We're aiming Josh Burns' chin, his face, his nose, everything. So we're gonna splatter him around a little bit.
Well, you did. It looked like, I didn't realize until after I talked to him last week. It looked like he shaved that beard off, so you'd be able to see his chin a little better to lay it right on there for him. You know what I mean? And the other thing is, you look at all this and the crowd going nuts, and they're gonna love you with the patriotic stuff. They're gonna love Josh too. I don't know who. I think it's just gonna be electric. I don't think there's even anybody picking a side. They just want to see a great fight with you two. So. We're looking forward to it, man. We really are. Hey, Josh. Sorry. Oh, now you can hit me when I see you. Hey, Sam, you're fighting Josh. I was going to say.
Test. You want to find out if you still got the punching power? Then let him test it on you. Let's go take a body shot.
You know me, dude. I was actually going to do it the other way. I was going to, when we get to Sturgis, I'm going to hold Brandon up, and you're going to punch him, and we're going to see if you still have the power. Now, he got to it before me. How about when I see you, you can punch me directly in the face, and I want to see. You think I'm being serious, Sam? I'm not gonna talk to you now in Sturgis because I don't want to get hit. I made that joke.
I wouldn't do that to you, Brian. You're great,
dude. I wouldn't even need to take a flight home. I wouldn't even make the show. You'd punch me and it'd knock me back to Philadelphia. Anyway,
go Birds.
They're saying right. They're saying Sam, make Sturgis great again, and this is how much they love you. Like I said, they're all downing you. They want to know who your favorite Chiefs player of all time is, and don't say Pat Mahomes.
Derek Thomas.
Derek Thomas. That's what Kyle Mish said. Derek Thomas. I see a Joe Montana in here from somebody. There's a lot of different ones, but hey, they say Sam Shewmaker has a third fist behind that beard. It's great. They're complimenting your beard. Anyway, Sam, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show and to catch up with you. God bless you and your family. I'm so glad your wife's doing better, and that makes me so happy to hear. We'll see you in Sturgis. Any parting remarks?
Just thank you so much, Brian, for having me on. It's always a pleasure. It's great to be a part of this great organization, and can't wait to get out there and tussle with Josh Burns. It's going to be a hell of a fight. So looking forward to Sturgis and the crowd and meeting all the people and getting out there and putting on a good show. So appreciate you, Brian.
Well, appreciate you too, Sam. Can't wait to see the fight. And Sam is one of the most fan-friendly guys in BKFC. If you see him, say hello, grab a picture, and it'll be awesome. So. Hey, I wish you a good fight. I wish Josh a good fight, and the fans are going to get an awesome fight, so we can't wait. BKFC, Sturgis, this Saturday, Sam Shewmaker, Josh Burns, co-main event, man. We'll see you there, bud. There, we the people. There we go.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, Brian.
That guy's great. Look at that, patriotism, we the people. I like how you went to the solo shot for that, because that could be something we can edit into a short, the we the people thing. It's great. Is that why you did that? He's like, leave me alone. I'm trying to work. All right, take a sip of my coffee. Wait. All right, Brandon's got a lot. He's got the eye of the tiger back there. I wish you could see his face. All right, so there goes Sam Shewmaker. There's some fun questions we didn't get to. I'll use them for Britain Hart. We have her coming on a little later. Hey, while we're waiting for Britain, let's just finish up the mailbag. I know you hate when I do this. I'm going backwards, but I just want to finish it. You ready to finish the mailbag, Brandon?
Shoot.
Thanks. You don't want me to do that.
You ever shot a gun?
Yes, I've shot a gun. This guy, he don't want me talking about
water
it.
Gun.
This guy was, water gun, super soaker. This guy was out at a firing range over the weekend. He sent me a photo, and I thought he was in his backyard shooting because he lives in the sticks.
Nah.
No,
it was close to my house, though.
That's cool. You got to go. It's and we talked about this. And Wayne, if you shoot guns, it's more fun, I feel like, to shoot a gun outside than in an indoor firing range.
It was my first time doing it, and it's like such a different feel to it.
I think I've only shot inside maybe twice. The majority of my times have been outside. It's just better.
It's more it's like relax. Isn't like you just relaxing, I guess.
Well, too. I mean, I had a guy with a shotgun in the next kind of thing next to me. Boom.
Yeah. In those, it's like even when you got the ears on, like it's just so loud.
Yeah,
and there's
outside,
like probably like 13 people there with you. And,
it just feels better outside. All right, so let's talk about Sam from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Sam says, first things first, I love Joe Elmore. Get him a fight soon. All right, Nate Shook, you hear that? All right, Nelson, you hear that? Get him a fight soon. That's what Sam says from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Second thing second. I like how he wrote that. Boss man's got hands. I'd hate to step out of line while working for him. Oh, let's watch this video. It's Dave in Spain.
I think the audio.
Yeah, I don't know if we can play the audio. I think it's like, it's like Biggie or something. It's cool, but I don't think we play it.
That's top ever.
Yeah, there you go. Dave's got hands. He's saying,
you had to throw in the
I have. Have you ever been hit by Dave?
No.
I've been hit by him numerous times, and it's like half speed where he'll liver punch me or just punch me in the back when he comes up to say hi, and it sucks. That man's got power. He's got a lot of power. Speaking of hands, check out this big KO. This is great.
You black noob.
I've seen this.
Can I watch that one more time?
Did we show this already?
No, we never showed this one. This guy's set. One more time, I'm sorry.
I mean, we see this kind of stuff on Kensington Avenue in Philly anyway, so it's kind of nothing new.
Yeah, well, the difference is they're walking like complete zombies before they fall over. Then their skin and flesh is rotting off. Hey, in Philly, a big problem right now. It's called Trank. It's a new kind of drug. It's newer. It like rots your skin.
Shit.
It's
Sorry.
insane. Kensington, look it up online. I think it's something on YouTube with Kensington. After the show, you can look it up. And by the way, there's all these people watching. Make sure you hit the heart, man. Make sure you share this so people can grow the show. Like I always say, we're a virus. We're going to be here whether you like us or not. We're not going anywhere. So join in the fun. Also from the mailbag, I don't have anything for this, but this is just interesting. Jenny Savage sent me a quick message. As you know, I'm a juggalo. Believe it or not, I am. Big fan of ICP. She's a juggalette. And she's doing something. I think it was at the Gathering or something she was going to do. She's doing the first MMA fight for ICP, which made me think, why isn't Bare Knuckle working with Insane Clown Posse? They've had pro wrestling. It sounds like they're doing MMA. How cool would a Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship event be at the Gathering? Do you know what the Gathering is? It's like Woodstock for juggalos. And they all come there, and they have all these crazy events. I think Bare Knuckle would be huge there. I'm ready to go. This juggalo is ready. Set it up, Tennessee Gangster. All right, let's see what else we have here. All right, so we're waiting on Britain Hart, from what I understand. She should be here any minute. We'll talk more with her. A lot to get into with Britain. Ahead of her big fight this weekend, main event. Think about it. I think I heard her and Taylor both say it. Two hot chicks fighting, two head turners fighting for a title on top of the show. And then you got all these biker dudes, these badass biker dudes, most of them. I mean, Dyer's not really a biker dude. He doesn't really look like one. Actually, his opponent was saying he looks like a Barbie doll. You're speaking in my ear, but I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to move on while we're waiting for Britain Hart. I want to talk about...
Actually, she's about to come in right now.
Okay, then I won't move on. We are talking about Japan coming up, though, a little bit about that, that we know about that. But right now, I'm looking forward to talking to Britain Hart. Like I said, big fight this weekend. If you guys have questions, drop them in the chat, and I'll try to work them in if I can. But I'm excited to have a world champion on with us ahead of this huge fight. I'm going to take a sip of my Savage Sip. 2 times the caffeine. It's a wonderful thing. There she is. You don't have to fix your hair. I saw you fixing your hair. You look great. You don't just smile and be who you are. How are you, Britain?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you made some time for us. Big fight this Saturday night. It'll be the most, attended BKFC show at all time, and they knock on your door to main event it with a world title on line against Taylor Starling. So that's got to be a good feeling, right?
Oh, man. Is it a feeling?
You see how I did that?
I'm in the feeling.
See how I did that? Yeah.
I'm a fucking feeling.
All set up. See, we had the sound drop and everything ready for you. So this is like, I think, and I've been following your Instagram, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I know what you've done in Bare Knuckle. I remember the moment you were chosen, and we're going to talk about that, to fight Paige Van Zandt. It was awesome. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is this your 23rd professional fight it's going to be? Is that right? Yeah,
yeah, 23rd professional fight. I actually got this awesome idea, and I'm really amazed by it. I just want to say thank you to all the fans and my friends and family that are following along on my Instagram, because it was just kind of a cool idea, more so for me to remember really who the fuck I am, but also to kind of like paint the picture for the new fans coming in, because I feel like I'm like really misunderstood here lately. And I was like, well, I'm going to do 23 days before the fight as a countdown and kind of help keep my day straight too for it, because it's crazy. But it's been really eye-opening for me myself to look in and see the fights and kind of do a photo dump on the feeling, literally the feelings, good and bad, the realness and the rawness of what it really means to be a fighter and what I really have gone through and sacrificed to be, like you said, deserving, earning of this main event spot at now historical, biggest, most live, wildest crowd that BKFC has ever witnessed. And I don't want people to think, oh, it's two hot blondes on a bike, because it's more than that, you know, and we're super smart and we're badass. We might as well look hot on a bike for Sturgis. Come on, guys.
It works.
It's a motorcycle rally. But, you know, between me and Taylor Starling, that's 18 fights of BKFC experience. And so I'm here to let everyone know who the fuck I am and where I come from. And so, you know, it's just been really a cool thing to kind of relive those moments and relive, you know, going into, wow, I really made it. And it's that message to everyone starting out or who hasn't even started yet. Like, look where I came from. Humbly, you know, a street rat, humbly, nothing, no money, no sponsors, you know, not doing what champs do, taking last minute short notice fights. I did that to get here today. And so, damn it, respect my name.
Yeah, you know, you did, and I'll kind of veer off here. I want to talk about that. I'm not calling you a street rat. You called yourself a street rat. That was in Aladdin. I know I've watched it with my children many times recently, Aladdin. They talk about that. But when I first met you, I know you were doing professional fighting before Bare Knuckles, we just talked about, but I mean, you've talked about this privately. I don't know if we ever talked about it on the show, but when you were going to fight Paige, we were looking for somebody to fight Paige, and David Feldman and I jumped on to kind of meet you and talk about it, and then we decided this is the woman for the fight. And here you are coming in to fight Paige Van Zant. Let's be honest. I mean, I knew nothing of anything as far as you. I didn't know you. I just knew your personality. That's what I was looking at. It was great. And, you know, you kind of come in as an underdog. People, let's be real. People think Paige Van Zant's going to run through you. They think you're put in that position for Paige Van Zant to look good. And then you do what you do. That's got to be a cool feeling to start. But then from there, you just keep climbing and leveling up. And then you win the world title. I mean, just speak about your career and what you've done in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. I mean, it's been incredible, the rise to fame for you.
Yeah, man, it's exactly that. Like, I got this awesome opportunity with Paige Van Zant, and I know she came in the best she's ever been in her life. She trained hard, and this was exciting for her. Her new face of an organization. She was getting the heftiest, amazing payday outside of the UFC, even better than that. And so she was really coming in to own it. And so beating her was definitely like exactly what you're seeing now. I mean, that was a raw, genuine feeling. Yeah. But then it turned in, well, maybe she was lucky. And if she got lucky, it was just her heart and grit that got her there. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I trained hard for that and practicing jabs, uppercuts, crosses, defense. You know, it does. I mean, I guess that's part of being a feeling, and I'll own it. Whether people think it's a weakness or not, I'm here to say that me being a feeling and me having feelings and emotions is the strongest thing I can possess, because it means I care. So when people say stuff and they're like, Britain, don't pay them any mind. No, I do pay them mind, because that's my future and what I want to do and pave the way for. And I don't think if somebody does care, no one's going to really change their perspective on myself, on the sport, and on life in general. So I do care. So to hear people say I don't have defense or have skill, I went out, I heard you. I went in the gym and I slaved away at it every single day. And it wasn't luck. Now you see me beat Pearl Gonzalez. Now you see me beat Beck Rawlings. It gets to a point where you can't look at me and say, man, she just got lucky, or it was a lucky punch. No, sheer work, hard work, determination, tenacity, being dauntless in and outside of the ring. Yeah. And so, you know, and I'm still me. I still put my little, you know, I guess people can think maybe I'm a little corny, or the words they're using is cringy. And man,
cringe, yeah, right. I get called cringe constantly. I embrace it. I hate the word too, but I'm a cringe. I'm cringy. Right here. Let's do it.
I love it. Look, we put smiles on people's faces every day. Yeah. And I choose violence. Come on. Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that.
So I agree 100%, but I want to rewind for a second. We're talking about your path to greatness here, to championship gold, where you're at now and how you got there. Taylor had said something. We had her on last week about Knuckle Mania. I just want to give you a chance to talk about it. She, in her mind, right or wrong, I don't know, it's what she said, that she thought that was supposed to be your moment, and she thought maybe you got a little upset. Let's watch the clip. I mean, if we have I think we can dial up the clip. Let's see what she said, and I want you to respond to it.
Bro.
He's going to dial it up, but I mean, there's that, and then there's something else I want to talk about. A quote that I heard you say, and I think the two relate. So I'll tell you what. While he's dialing it up, we'll start with the quote. Let's do that, okay? So the quote was, "I saw you." Somebody sent this in. You were on the bare knuckle balker, and it was great. I saw the clip. It said, Taylor said Britain said that Taylor should be saying, "Damn, it's an honor to fight the pioneer Britain Hart. I'm going to go in and give it my best," or whatever, something like that. That's something you said. Do you feel disrespected by Taylor? You don't think she's giving you enough respect? You've been here longer. You're a pioneer. You don't feel that she is? I mean, can you just kind of expound on that a little bit?
Look, Taylor gets on my nerves and under my skin for maybe 10 minutes out of the day, you would say. Overall, she's just doing what she feels best and what she wants to do in her life. I'm more perturbed with not Taylor, but more like the fans and the world. That's where my comes from. It's not really from her. And I feel like her fans are kind of leading her blindly. You know, when you wear an ugly dress and everyone's like, "Oh, it looks so pretty on you," but there's that one person that's like, "Whoa, it doesn't look pretty on you." Kind of feel like that's like where it's at. Like a pioneer, I let her say it because whatever, I don't really need to get petty and get into it, but she just keeps on and on and on with that. And then it does kind of get a little bit annoying after a while, because it's like, no, that's me, Taylor. Like, I was there in 2018. I was there in 2019. I was there in 2020. You came on and Knuckle Mania, and I'm not mad. I think that fight was, I remember, the energy again. I have pictures and videos to freaking prove it. My energy is very authentic and very real. I was happy for her. When she came in, I was like, yo, what? Like, and she got fight of the night. Yeah, they went to fucking town. They just stood in front of there and took blow for blow for blow. But I wasn't mad at all. I thought it was bare knuckle, and it had me in the back of the locker room like crazy. I was focused on me and me only in that Paige Van Zandt fight. And after, with my teeth being so in pain, I really didn't think about anything else. So that's absolutely not true. Okay. I don't think it at all. And I never once have said it anywhere in my life that she, outshined me, the Paige fight. A fight of the night or not, dude, that was my moment. And she just added to it. She made it an epic card. If all the other fights sucked, it wouldn't have really been my moment on Knuckle Mania. It would have been a boring ass night that, thank God Britain and Paige were there. I like when there's good fights on the card. To be honest with you, I hate when there's shitty people on the card. Yep. Like in Montana, I was super happy that Joe Riggs was on there. I was like, oh my God, thank God I'm fighting on a card with someone, who's awesome and amazing and has all this experience. Not taking away from other fighters, at all. But to me, a good card, a true stacked card, are having vets, not newbies. They're having good fights that are stylistically matched up perfectly. That's an epic card. Yeah. So she's got it way twisted to say that shit. So,
do you hold on, Britt? I hear what you're saying, and thank you for actually. I don't even know if we need she addressed it. She's a pro. I don't know if we need the clip pulled anymore. We don't even need to watch it. So thank you for watching the show and knowing what we were talking about. We appreciate that. The other thing I wanted to ask you about that she had said that we kind of talked about off the air here is that she made it sound like, and I just want to give you a chance to answer this, that your friendship you guys had at one point, that you kind of thought that was, I don't want to misquote her, but you thought that was more of a friendship, and it was like you sparred a couple times at the gym and you were cool with each other, but it wasn't as deep as you think. I think I'm saying that correct. I don't want to say it wrong. I don't know if we have a clip of that, but.
Well, I'm so mad. And I said, again, this is what gets under my skin. Like, what a freaking liar. Like, I don't know what she's smoking or what bad honey people are feeding you, but I have said it for 3 damn years, and you can find it interview after interview, podcast after podcast. I have said the same story, the truth, and the only story what has ruined our friendship. And anyone can vouch for me. When anyone says why I do not like Taylor Starling, it is because she is a backstabbing friend. And that she backstabbed me in the Pearl Gonzalez fight. And I have said it time and time the same exact way. That's how you know I'm telling the damn truth. I've never said anything about this other just out in left field shit she's making up. Like, fucking maybe Christine gave her CTE in that freaking 47 seconds. But no, I've never said nothing about sparring because it damn sure wasn't competitive. I've not said nothing about the Paige Van Zandt fight because that was freaking awesome. And I love her fight with Teresa there. And I've never said anything about, you know, steroids or she's prettier or nothing like that. Only because of the Pearl Gonzalez fight. You put a freaking knife in my back publicly, and I've hated you ever since. And I've said it over and over, and I'll say it one more time in case you forgot.
Go ahead, say it again. Go ahead, you can say it.
Oh no! Again, it was that, you know. Look,
I was trying to get you to say a clip so they can clip it. Yeah, I've hated her. Just say I don't like her. Just say that.
Yeah, gosh, I hate Taylor. I do not like her for, you know why? It isn't because of anything in front. Look, nothing in front. You know why I hate you, Taylor Starling? It's because of this. Ugh. Oh, here's your knife back, bitch.
There you go. That worked. I made it easy on our editing team there. I know what they like. So listen, you're a pleasure to have on the show. As I said last week, you don't get to be a champion from not having, as Faria says, champion behavior. So quickly, I want to talk about, before I let you go, what you've encountered as being the BKFC champion. I mean, I think it's leveled you up as from a star, a pro fighter, to a star, to a superstar. I mean, you can see it. You can see, we talked about you a couple months ago. You're in movies. You've been in rap videos. You've been in fashion shows. You're always doing something. Now, you can be mad at me if you want. I got no ill will toward you, but you can be mad at me because last week I made a comment to Taylor. I said, I saw some fans talking about this and it entered my head too. You're so busy doing everything else, and this isn't a bad thing. You're enjoying it. You're enjoying being champion and what it's brought to your life, right? Do you think her eye's off the ball at all? And I don't think it is. And I said, you don't get to be champion. I did follow it. You don't get to be champion if her eye's off the ball. But, I mean, that stuff, while fun, it has to be a little bit distracting. How do you compartmentalize it all?
No, I mean, honestly, that's what I'm so pissed off that people think my eye's off the prize. Because I'm not doing stuff that's, like, totally out in left field or not relevant to me and BKFC. You know, that runway and fashion show was for active wear, for healthy stuff. That's me being active, being fit. I'm not sitting in a chair. Oh, look at me. Look at me. I'm sitting there running and walking in heels. That takes being active and fit to do. Mm-hmm. That takes being in the gym to do. That fighting that I'm doing with movies, if it's being a stunt fighter, I'm acting out fight scenes. Like, I'm doing what I do in real life with a camera in front of my face. Again, that's just choreographed. Like, it's choreographed. Like, I can't spit that word out. But
I got you. It's well, now you're screwing me up. Rewind. It's choreography. It's choreographed.
Yes,
now, hold on. But I think it's also important. I think in a private conversation, you had told me that you had done so well choreographing the fights because you're a real fighter and you know what they look for. They talked about maybe using you more. So you're getting your cardio in, you're moving around, you're keeping your body moving. I never thought of it like that. That's a good way of looking at it. It's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, like, I'm not doing things that distract me. I'm doing things that parallel. Like, it would be the same thing. If I was going to sit behind a desk all day, then yeah, Britain's distracted because I'm sitting down behind a desk. But I'm out in the ocean, active, cardio. That takes swimming. I'm out there being a stunt fighter. That's punching, blocking, seeing everything, being on set all day. That's being active. I'm working as an electrician, pulling cable out of the water, rowing boats. That's being physically fit and active. I'm outside in the hot sun in Florida. That's a natural sauna. That's me getting toxins and sweating every day. Like, anything I do is with purpose and an intention. How can I line this up? And does it line up with fighting? Does it, A, get my name out there and help me network? Does it, B, keep me physically fit and physically active? C, is it good for my mental health? And you know what they say about fighting? 80% is mental. So guess what? Coming in, like, yeah, I know you guys can make fun of me. I'm out there dancing with dolphins. But again, dancing with dolphins, that's freaking cardio. That's ab work. That's me jumping up and down. And that's my mind being freaking powerful. Like 80%. Yo, my mind is on 100%. So, whatever, Taylor Starling, you say that you're a natural straw weight, even though you're bragging about being 135. I don't know how people can say that. That's another thing that pisses me off. Oh, Taylor Starling's going to her natural weight class. How are you at your natural weight class when you're bragging that you're coming in at 135? Bitch, I weigh 118 right now, not cutting weight, not dieting or anything. Stay at your weight class, but you can't. You got to come down to my weight class. I'm going to show you how it's done there too. But, I'm active. My mind is on a heavyweight status. Like, my mental game isn't straw weight, isn't flyweight, isn't cruiserweight. My mind is heavyweight, man. Like, I'm just there all the way.
So Britain Hart is not out just swimming with dolphins, as it was put last week. She's out swimming with dolphins. I see what you're saying. That makes sense. And before we let you go, in the chat here, there's a question from Little Ben. Little Ben wants to know, what Hart are we going to get this fight, since you always have a number? Let's see if she has an answer for that. I've lost track. You've been so many different versions. You constantly kind of innovate. You become a new person almost every fight. Somewhere you shed the negativity, I guess, and add positivity, whatever it would be. But what number are we up to now? What version are you?
Well, I know, right? And my motto for this fight is that I'm going to evolve so damn hard, you guys aren't even going to remember the old Britain Hart. That's how hard I'm evolving for this fight. So I might need a whole nother name. But, if I come in just a little weak and like mediocrely better than my last fight, I guess that would be 12.0, because I'm definitely way better than my Melanie Shaw fight. So, fans, get ready. But my plan is to evolve. You won't even remember 1.2.7.0. That's why I'm doing this awesome favor and letting everyone know my past fights, because after this fight, you're not going to remember any of the old ones.
Well, we're looking forward to it. And I'm sure some of the fans will still want to remember your body of work and the old ones, but I see what you're saying, because you've had a great body of work, and we're excited for you and Taylor Starling, not only throwing down at a bare knuckle fight, but if you think about it, this is like a whole untapped audience. Only not a lot of these bikers are going to know. They're just going to want to come see some cool bare knuckle fights, and you're on top of that card. So there's a lot of faith in you being our champion and Taylor being the person trying to capture that championship. I'm looking forward to the fight. I know it's going to be great, a great card of fights. Before we let you go, Taylor had mentioned this, that she was trying to get you, I guess if you guys talked or something, or she was trying to get you to wear something sexy, as she said, for the weigh-in show. She told us to imagine what she was going to wear. Is there any plans you're going to keep up to our imagination? You think you're going to wear anything kind of biker-esque, or what are you going to do for the weigh-in show?
Yeah, she's so cute. That's funny. I love that. Yes, and see, I will have to say, let me, as much as if I want to throw shade or hate on her or whatever, it's all love here. She is definitely motivating me and inspiring me to be a better person. I really hope after this fight, she can look at me and shake my hand and say, yo, you're a real champion, Britt. That's really what I want from her. But she is pushing me to be my higher best self. And again, the competitive, like I said, her getting under my skin, people are like, Taylor's hotter than Britain. Taylor's going to win the weigh-in. Taylor's going to win the walkout. Well, let me just say I'm coming to win on every level there is. So, yeah, my walkout is sick. My weigh-in is even sicker. Oh, man, I am pumped for you guys to see it. Oh, it's going to be great. I can't believe it. And like everything, I didn't really plan it. And, I was thinking and had some ideas, definitely with the motivation of her being so damn hot. I was like, damn, I really got to step up. But it kind of just fell in my lap, literally like last week. So big shout out to Stacy. She is my champion and one of my best friends, and really been helping me for this fight. But me and Stacy had something fall into our lap big that, awesome. Our weigh-ins, crushing it. We're crushing you.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to see it, because it's not just a fight, and it's not just a sport. I always say it's an entire spectacle, and both you and Taylor have figured that out. We're excited to see. Make sure you tuned in for the. Who's that? Who's that talking? I want to talk to somebody. Who's that? Oh, somebody's talking. Who is that? I can't see. It's all blurry. Where are you at? Are you at the gym? Where are you?
I'm over by the beach, swimming.
There you
swimming
go.
with
Swim with the dolphins.
But
Okay.
I'm nice swimming with dolphins.
Anyway,
I was nice to everyone. I love hanging out with people. Like, I like being here and with my community.
Yeah.
And that's what's powerful to me in these times going into my fight. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's people in the chat here saying they hate this fight because they like you both. So I just know it's going to be a great fight. I like both of you too. I never like two people I like fighting, but I'm excited for it.
And let me say that, like, for real, those people out there that are like, yo, I don't want to pick. I love you and Taylor. I love you guys. You're awesome. Stay that way. Don't ever change. I am not asking or begging for you to be team me and be on my side forever. Stay that way. But the second I hear you say Taylor Starling's going to win or you choose Taylor's side, don't ever come back on my side.
There you go. That's spoken with authority. And, I'd argue that it's not Team Taylor. It's not Team Britain. It's Team BKFC and Team Sturgis. And no matter what happens, as long as you guys put on a fight that the people want to see and we can grow this thing even bigger, then we all win. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. But I know you're trying to get that win. I wish you a good fight. And Britain, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Congratulations on your championship reign and all the things that have come with it. We appreciate you coming on today.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Super excited. See you August 3rd.
See you. We're looking forward to it. This Saturday, Britain Hart, world title on the line against Taylor Starling. Brandon, a little bit of heat there. I could tell. I think after the interview last week with Taylor, Britain was on social media going nuts. Not really going nuts, but she was answering back because, as she said, she didn't like that. She thought that Taylor was kind of disrespecting her a little bit. I've heard on interviews that you've sent me, thank you, saying things like that as well. But it's going to be a great fight. You take out all the bad blood, the heat or whatever's there, and it's still going to be a great fight. And then you're going to have all these bikers going nuts. So, fight, I'm looking forward to it. Brandon, you excited for that fight?
1,000%. My man.
Thank you. At least let me swallow my coffee with that great answer. I was hoping I'd get a sip in while you answered me. All right, let's move on to the next order of business here. We love talking to Britain Hart, seeing what she's up to. That's going to be fun, man, that fight. We are now on the segment we're supposed to be on finally. Here we go. Japanese results. Talking about what happened at Ryzen over the weekend. Of course, Manny Pacquiao on top of that huge card. You had John the Magician Dotson there. He won his fight. And you had Segal. Man. Actually, let's rewind. I'm probably throwing Brandon off because I jumped into this. I was so excited to talk about the Japanese stuff. First, I know that not many know this. I didn't even know it. Chris Lytle was in Japan for the fight. Let's watch. He put this up. This is cool.
Okay, get ready for the fight. So start here. Like you can see right behind me. You can see. Oh, what the name is that? Who's sitting right in front of Ryan Garcia? That's right. They know how to take care of the BKFC people right here. Brethren, I hope to be in this soon because we're supposed to be partners. But man, they took care of me, hooked me up with a front row seat. And I'm gonna hopefully have some blood splatter on me, so it's gonna be good.
It wouldn't be any different if you didn't have blood splatter. I think that happens every BKFC show, but I think it's cool because I know that Chris, we've often spoke off the air about it. Maybe on the air we'll speak about it. He loved going to Japan when he was fighting. He studied fighting there. He was in the dojos. He's got all these cool stories from being there. And we had talked. I've never been. I've always wanted to check out Japan. He's like, dude, it's amazing. So I hit him up last night. And I'm like, dude, I didn't even know you went to Japan for the fight. Nobody told me. And he said, it was cool, but I was only there for about 40 hours. So he's like 40 hours of travel, 40 hours there. And so he wished it could have been longer, but it seemed like he enjoyed it. And hopefully that Ryzen deal that we're working with them is strengthening, especially we sent a guy like Chris Lytle over there to kind of represent us aside with Dotson, Segal, and Ty Emery. John Dotson, let's look at some photos from his fight. This is from his social media. John Dotson, he was the normal John Dotson we always see, and a big win for him. I think it was unanimous decision. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I can't remember. I did so much for this. But he won. That's all that matters. He won. And he gave a speech afterwards, says he'd love to come back and fight more Ryzen bare knuckle fighters and stuff like that. I think this is going to be available. I don't want to talk out of turn. I would imagine it'll show up on the app at some point if you haven't seen it. There's some highlights on the social media at bare knuckle F. I sound so old. The social media on the gram at bare knuckle FC. You can watch some of them. I mean, they're not really showing the punch that did this, but look at her nose. I just saw Cerisa too when we were in California. She was all excited to get over there for this fight. She's a warrior. We've seen her like go through so much, and now I mean, look, her nose is ruined. You can't be mad at her for just she probably couldn't breathe. So Ty Emery, another win for her, and she's very vocal about she wants everybody that'll fight her. We played that video last week. Excited to see where Ty's going to go. Well wishes to Charissa Sagala. Big fan of her. We love her. I know she'll be back as well, and we hopefully you get everything fixed up and you're okay and you're back soon. But yeah, Japanese was huge for us. I don't know if we have any other media from Japan yet, but as it comes in, we'll be airing it. And I heard a rumor we might be showing some of these Japan fights in their entirety, possibly this weekend on Sturgis. Don't quote me on that, but we may do that. I heard a rumor. I love the commentators here. I love our commentators, but there was something the commentator said on one of these clips, and I laughed so hard at. And it was something that wasn't meant to be funny, I don't think. But look at this. Packed crowd. One of Risen's biggest shows ever. There you go. There's the punch.
Smack bang, was that it?
It might have been smack bang. There was something like that, but there's something he said just was a... Nobody else would laugh but me, but I laughed hard. Smack bang! Smack bang!
Hang on.
She caught her sweetly. She's busted her nose.
She's busting her nose! Oh, man. Anyway, so, and I will say, too, look at the huge arena that's in. I mean, we're still growing bare knuckle here. Rising, gigantic promotion in Japan, but look at the arena. All the seats. I mean, this is hopefully where we're going to be one day, man. This is it. So we look forward to working with them further in the future. And I also want to take a look at, we talked about that a little bit. You might see the entirety fights of this weekend. I thought this was a cool poster that we did. We did like a not normal poster for, I guess it's a one-off, they call it, for Fight Week. Look, I mean, this is perfect. Sturgis, Hart, Sterling, very well done. I believe that. I don't know for sure. I think that was our Vaughn design team did that. Kudos to him. It looks great. And then if you want to look at the whole card of Sturgis, like we've been saying, it's a jam-packed card. I mean, absolutely jam-packed. You can go through each one. I mean, I'm not going to go through each one, but you look at them when they're up there. I can tell you now, I mean, look, Zach Almas is back. You never know what to expect with him. Michael Laurimore, you got Derek Perez. There's all these guys that have put on great fights, and they're just bad dudes. Look at it. I mean, you got Josh Watson, who's going to be involved in the Cannonball contest, he says, as well as trying to get a win against Ruben Roundstone. These are great. Jack Grady's going to be there. Arma's going to be there. This is just, I mean, Brian Atchison, we've seen him before. You know, like, these are great fights. Josh D-Day Dyer, I don't think they were calling him, who was William calling him? Wild Bill was calling him Barbie Doll Dyer. And by the way, Kevin Smith just jumped in the comments and he said, he defended Dyer. He said, Dyer is a biker. He rides a bike. I'm just saying he doesn't look like a biker. That doesn't mean he's not a biker. I didn't know that. Sorry, Josh. But Wild Bill hit me up and he's like, I'm fighting. I'm fighting in Sturgis. And he's like, I just want to let you know I'm fighting in Sturgis against, I think he called him Barbie Doll Dyer. And I said, great. And I said, send me a video about it. Send me a video what you think's going to happen. Just cut something and shoot it over and we'll play it on the show if it's good. So I didn't get to see it yet, but let's watch what Wild Bill says is going to happen in his fight with Josh Dyer.
What's up, everybody? I'm Wild Bill. I'm fighting Josh D-Day Dyer. And I think I'm going to knock him out in the first round. I don't think he has what it takes to beat me. I'm older, but I'm wiser and more seasoned. So get ready for some fireworks. It's going to be a good fight.
Short and to the point. Did he call him D-Bag Dyer? Is that what he said? I think he would say D-Bag.
Everybody, I'm Wild Bill. I'm fighting Josh D-Day Dyer.
He did.
I
love it, man. Wow, he must have an
That was intentional, or
I think it was intentional. I think it was from him calling him Barbie Doll Dyer. I think it was intentional. I think Wild Bill's out to prove a point and wants to take Dyer out, and he said how he's going to do it. So let's see. Dyer's a tough customer, man. I'm excited to see him coming back too. Wild Bill, we'll see what you do. Looking forward to that fight as well as the other fights. We talked to Sam Shewmaker today. Talked to Josh Burns last week. Both those guys are ready. BKFC OGs in the co-main event. That's going to be a banger. And then we just talked to Britain Hart, talked to Taylor last week if you missed it. Two head turners fighting each other at a biker rally. I'm pumped because this crowd's going to be off the hook chain. I don't know what kids say. They might not even say that anymore. And also, the cool thing about Sturgis is it's a big motorcycle rally. They're expecting hundreds of thousands of people, and there's all this crazy stuff to do. Let's look at what you can do at Sturgis when you're there. There's a lot of stuff that other than the BKFC event, but we're the main event, so to speak, pardon the pun, the first night. But I mean, you don't have to even pull up what I sent you. I can tell you because I looked it up.
I am. Whatever link you had, it took
work?
me to something different. But this is the 2024.
Yeah, there's some stuff. I mean, I saw something. It's not this when you get married at Sturgis, you get a Sturgis tattoo. There's like all kind. There's something about going gold mining in Sturgis. There's a poker run. There's all this stuff you can do. All these events. Kid Rock's going to be there. Jelly Roll's going to be there. God, who are the other concerts? There was I think Theory of a Dead Man. I could be wrong. Is going to be there, but go check out this site. There's other stuff to do if you're coming, but it's not on here. I don't know where I found it, but there's all kinds of like side contests.
Find it.
No, this isn't what I sent you. I don't even know where this is. I just remember reading it. There's like a bikini bike wash. There's there's so much stuff to do. There's like a pickle licking competition. That'll be interesting. Are you going to enter that, Brandon?
No, but this is like the Sturgis buffalo chip. And
there's so much.
Roll,
oh, look at that Jelly Roll. Brett Michaels, Poison, man. I love Poison.
There
we are.
There we are.
Poison's one of my favorite bands. I've seen them live a bunch of times, man. But it's going to be a happening is what I'm saying. They're hosting, not during our show, but they're hosting the pickle eating contest or pickle licking or whatever it is. They're hosting a belly flop contest. I saw they're hosting what was the other one I saw? Oh, here's the one. I don't know what this is. Maybe you can help me.
What?
It's an air sex competition. What is an air? Are they having sex with the air?
Is this something you just saw on the screen?
I don't see it up here, but I popped in my head. I saw they're doing it. So in air, do the guys like rank? I got Dave Senior calling me. Should I answer this on the air? I don't know if I should do it. Should I? I'm going to do it.
At your discretion, whatever you want.
I'm going to do it. Dave, I'm on the air right now on the podcast. You're on, so don't say anything you don't want on live. How are you?
What's going on, Soch? I was going to ask you about Kurt Angle, buddy. Kurt Angle.
What about Kurt Angle?
What do you think about him?
Kurt Angle won the Olympics gold medal with a broken neck, literally with a broken neck. He was probably transitioned to be one of the best professional wrestlers of all time. Why? We're going to be working with Kurt Angle? Is there some rumors you're starting here?
I mean, what do you think?
I think he's great at. He picked up pro wrestling very quickly, meaning that a lot of guys that come from regular wrestling, like collegiate or freestyle or Roman Greco-Roman, they don't pick it up. They don't want to lose.
Another one I want to ask you about that I think is a little bit more relevant.
Okay.
What do you think about Brock Lesnar coming on board?
I think that could be. I think Connor was huge for us. I think Brock would take us. I don't want to say to another level, but that's another huge thing for us. I think it's one of the biggest things we could do because he's not working in WWE right now. Of course, we'd have to talk to his management, Mr. Paul Heyman. But
right, well, stay tuned.
Now you're giving us this little nugget. You're saying you've spoken. It sounds like, and I'm not putting words in your mouth, to Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, two guys that could.
You just put words in my mouth.
You know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying. I'm using the Jedi mind trick. So what do I think about them? There's another guy I think we should be looking at too. Do you want to know who it is? We're live on the air. Can I tell you?
Yeah.
I harassed him with WrestleMania, Bobby Lashley, and I don't think he's under contract right now. I could be wrong.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's good.
All right, so
he wants to take the gloves off.
Well, that could be a good one too. What does the chat think of Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle? They're talking in the chat. It's saying Kurt Angle is the man and is very good at marketing, making people better, and Brock would be amazing, someone just said. So there you go. I think they're all great choices. They could all add something to the company, even if it's not in fighting. So, yeah, it'd be great. Where are you at?
I'm actually at my office. What do they think of the Super Fighter $2 million per weight division tournament?
Super Fighter, $2 million per weight division. I guess the chat, the Anthony Yost and the rest of them, who else? Kai Stewart, they're all going nuts. They're like, oh yeah, they'll go nuts for that. I think that's huge. If we have that kind of money, I think that's huge. And for $2 million, I mean, look, what they say, puncher's chance, right? I probably don't have much of a puncher's chance, but I'd get involved for $2 million.
You couldn't get involved.
Why? Why not? I want to make some money.
You're a liability, buddy.
I'm a liability to have on the microphone, but that didn't stop you. Anyway, David Feldman, you good, man?
Hey, when you're off air, come see me, buddy.
I probably won't have a show that means after this. Is that we get fired? Is that what's happening? I'll talk to you in a little bit. David Feldman, a cold call. We don't usually have cold calls come in, but here we are. David Feldman. That was interesting. So do you know what that was even about? He just randomly called me about Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, and a super fight for $2 million per weight class. That's what he said.
Sounds interesting.
So there you go. I don't know. Are we negotiating with Kurt Angle for something? Are we negotiating with Brock Lesnar for something? Is there a $2 million per weight class tournament coming up? All interesting questions. Hopefully we'll have more info for you next week on the Bare Knuckle Show. And we'll also be wrapping up Sturgis, which I'm sure there's going to be a lot of craziness there. Don't forget, Kai Stewart and Big Ben Rothwell both confirmed to be in Sturgis. Maybe see them walking around. And, you know, we go from there. Let's see what else. Kurt Angle. Let's see. Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle should beat up Mike Perry, Ambidextrous says. All right, there we go. A lot of stuff coming in there. Thank you. Somebody said Brian Soscia's the man. I don't always see that. It's a Lights Out MMA history podcast. Thank you for that. All right, listen, guys. I appreciate you hanging out. You know about all the shows we have coming up. Before we get out of here, or we can do it. Go to the website for the shows because we started the music bed. BKFC.com. I freaked you out. I flipped you out. We can look at them on the way out, can't we? Can we do it? There we go. All the shows coming up this weekend, August 3rd. Then August 10th, we are in the UK. August 16th, Kansas City for a big fight night. Then we're going to be in Edmonton August 31st. And, of course, coming up in September, we already know about the big fight, Faria versus Masen Wong. That's going to be in Salt Lake City on September 6th. Then September 13th, back in Hollywood, Florida. King Mo's debut against Dave Mundell and a big fight for Ryan Reber against Blas. And, of course, Spain in the bull ring for the vacant BKFC Lightweight Championship October 12th. It's going to be Tenegula versus Loco Soto. Make sure you're tuned in for all of it on the BKFC.com. Grab the app. We'll see you in Sturgis. I'm going to go get on my bike. Well, it's not my bike. It's my friend in the sidecar and ride. As I drink my Savage Sip, since I'm not driving, I can drink my Forged Irish Stout, all these drinks. And I'm going to get bucked up, and I'm going to knuckle up, because it's fight week, baby. Sturgis, let's go.
The reigning women's strawweight champion. Straight right hand. And down goes Teresa Segala. This is a barrage of punches from Taylor Starling. This is an onslaught. Big shot. Tony Cochran. More big shots to the inside. Game, set, match. Josh Dyer. Get from Albrecht. Knockdown number 2. Ooh, he's out. Right hand. 1 punch. Knockout win. An American flag trunks for Josh Burns. And we might be done. Josh Watson has scored the victory of his fight.